Okay, so I want you to imagine a world for a second, a world where the time it takes to think through a really complex problem or, develop strategic options is completely compressed from days, literally down to minutes. So ask yourself, what actually happens when the cost of cognition drops to basically zero? Well, buckle up, because welcome to the totally new reality of leadership.
I am absolutely thrilled to welcome you to this explainer of the AI Leadership Workshop, originally presented by Maxwell over its section. Today, we are going to equip you with the strategic framework to completely redefine how you work. Seriously, we're taking AI out of that realm of just being a cool novelty, and we're turning it into, hands down, your most powerful organizational asset.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're moving from a philosophical shift right into practical frameworks you can deploy today. We'll hit mindset, the reframe, skill set, the framework, tool set, the application, and finally, leadership, the execution. Let's get right into it. So, starting off with section 1, mindset, the reframe. We are rethinking AI's place on the org chart. Right now, so many people view AI as this massive disruption. Like, it's this external force that's just happening to them. But if you want to win, you have got to reframe AI. Stop seeing it as an external threat and start seeing it for what it is: massive leverage. It's an internal advantage that you actively control and deploy to totally amplify your team's impact. Now, this demands a total paradigm shift. I mean, think back a few years ago. We viewed AI as just a basic tool, right? Something like email that maybe drafts a few messages, but is ultimately pretty limited. Today, though, you need to treat it as an elite, totally emotionless teammate. Actually, think of it like this. It's a highly capable MBA analyst that you'd gladly pay $200 an hour for. It's logical, it's insanely data-driven, and the best part, it literally never gets tired. But hey, let's be real. Every teammate has their flaws. And as a leader, it's on you to actively manage them. For instance, AI's tendency to hallucinate. It is gradually improving, yeah, but it's absolutely still a thing. You also have got to safeguard your private, sensitive data. A pro tip here, use those enterprise-level subscriptions instead of the free public trials. Oh, and finally, keep a really close eye out for embedded human biases. The AI inevitably inherits those from the massive amounts of data it was trained on. So the ultimate takeaway here? By deeply understanding these capabilities and, actively managing those flaws, you can amplify your team's performance by 3 times. Guys, that is a 200% increase in impact. Just let that sink in for a second. This fundamentally changes what leadership even looks like in the modern era. Moving right along to section 2, skill set, the framework. Let's look at the core mechanics of prompting. We all know the rule: bad input equals bad output. But if you think of it like building with Lego blocks, you can combine these 6 modular elements. We're talking task, role, context, requirements, boundaries, and reasoning. You stack these to craft a highly iterative conversational prompt. And look, you don't always need to use all 6 at once, but mastering these blocks, it gives you absolute, ultimate control over the AI's output. So when you layer those Lego blocks together, you get what we call a comprehensive prompt. Take a look at this one. By assigning a role, setting crystal clear boundaries like saying, please adhere to only role playing, and demanding a blunt, constructive tone, you aren't just doing a basic web search anymore. You are staging a seriously high-value, strategic conversation. But that begs the question, where should you actually be deploying these fancy new prompting skills? Well, most people just offload high manual tower tasks. The repetitive, super time-consuming stuff. And hey, that's great, but please don't stop there. You need to start leveraging AI as a true thought partner for high brain power tasks. I'm talking about your complex, high-stakes decisions where the answers are definitely not obvious. All right, section 3, toolset, the application. We're going to dive into AI's 3 strategic personas. Okay, let's open up this toolkit. First up, the AI can act as your deep research assistant, just gathering vast amounts of industry intelligence for you. Or, persona number 2, it can be the pressure tester. Think of it as a sparring partner that challenges your $2 million strategic proposals so you can anticipate any board objections. And finally, persona 3, the strategic brainstorming partner. This is amazing for letting you role-play difficult management conversations way before you actually have to sit down with an employee. Let's actually look at that research persona in action, just to see the sheer dramatic return on investment here.
Imagine you need a massive brief on industry disruption for a board meeting tomorrow. Well, a task that previously took literal days of human effort, evaluating sources, synthesizing all that data, was executed flawlessly by the AI in just 9 minutes. 9 minutes. That is an absolute game changer.
Now, to scale these incredible use cases across your entire organization, you really can't just rely on scattered random experimentation. It just doesn't work. Tools like Section Coach provide individualized, adaptive, role-specific guidance to help every single employee build their very own custom AI prompts. It even offers skills certification tracking, so you can actually ensure your team's proficiency is scaling right alongside the technology itself. And that brings us to our final section, Section 4, Leadership, the execution. It is time to talk about becoming an AI super leader. Listen closely, because as a leader, you absolutely cannot delegate this transformation. You have 3 core mandates here. Number 1, set the standard. You need to be visibly loud with your AI use. Show your team you're using it. Number 2, push the boundaries through constant, relentless experimentation. And number 3, strategically define your organization's entirely new way of working. You have to be the one reimagining how functions actually work together in this new landscape. So I want to leave you with this final, pretty provocative thought to ponder as you step into this new era of leadership. Which parts of your organization are you going to completely tear down and rebuild for an AI-first future? Because the cost of cognition is literally dropping to 0. It is time to decide exactly how you are going to spend the incredible leverage you've just gained. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I'll see you next time.